Got a selection of good things on. What are you buying? What are you buying? Is that all? Thank you. What are you selling? What are you selling? $19.90.
Alrighty, welcome back to Classic Resident Evil 4. I'm very excited to actually play this again. Good old sorting the classic inventory. Let's go. Alright, so I wanted to discuss the differences, I guess, between the remake and this. Obviously, this, when you go into the Hunter's Lodge in the remake, it's at night, and this is clearly during day.
Sir?
Early morning, afternoon, early afternoon, something like that. Leon's more investigative in the remake. In this scene, he's looking around and he finds the...
I was wondering if you might recognize the girl in this photograph.
One of the cops.
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? ¡Lárgate, cabrón!
Supposed to just approach this
Sorry
dude.
to have bothered you.
Freeze!
Freeze!
I said freeze!
I said freeze!
Take him down. That cutscene does not play. None of them die. They both die in pretty gruesome ways. Ahí está. Okay, we're gonna grab the hanging ammo. Same appearance from in the remake. Very tanky controller. Got his big knife. I wish you could examine it. They don't in the beta of this game. You could examine it. It was in the inventory, I believe. Much smaller in the remake. Looks like a knife in the remake as opposed to a Bowie knife. And in the remake, it is called the Primal Knife. You get it after destroying all 16 little Castilian, whatever you call those, the little statue, like bobblehead things. I wouldn't say they're bobbleheads, but there goes the dog. The remake is much more developed than this. I realize now, playing through it, the story is much more expanded upon. Everything, obviously, with it being an 18, made 18 years in the future, that everything looks better and whatnot.
Un forastero!
And to keep on going. Forgot how tanky the controls are, man. It's very, very weird to play this after playing the remake for 4 months straight. It's so odd, not only seeing the controls and whatnot. And it's not even a fair comparison. Like, I'm not looking at it and like, oh, these controls suck. Comparatively, yes, but I'm so used to this look and feel of the look and feel of the remake that it's kind of odd to get back into this. Coming up on the village. We'll take the path I take in the remake, where I stealth and much more plain, but I mean it's absolutely classic. It is an absolute classic. A classic location that you can't beat it. It's so timeless. Those controls are fluffy. I missed the auto sort button from the remake inventory. Go in here and see what's changed.
¡Por allí! ¡No dejes que se escape! Vayan por detrás. Why are these people? ¡Bloqueale el paso! What are they planning? Chainsaw. Shit. Son of a...
Oh, I love how these are basically all this is the same. All this stuff, all these crates pick up in the same spot. They teleport away as you jump through. Toss a little grenade. All the enemy patterns are very quick. Oh shit! I didn't hit anyone. Easy to take care of when you have maxed out weapons or maxed out handguns. Village fight should almost be over. And there we go.
Oh, la campana. Es hora de rezar. Tenemos que irnos. Lord Sadler.
I love it.
Lord Sadler.
Oh my god, that scene in the remake where they're all walking towards the church is astounding because the camera does just that what you're seeing on stream. It circles around
Where's everyone
Leon
going?
as they're kind of
Bingo?
just mindlessly shuffling past him. It is so cool. Alrighty. Resident Evil 4. Lord. We're gonna take a second to do that. That's cool because some of the when you examine some items in the remake like that, or in the original like this, where it's text based and it says there's a dirty bed here, blah blah blah, or there's no sex discrimination around here. It's kind of cool because in the remake, some of those lines are in the game, but Leon actually says it as opposed to just being text on the screen. And I totally forgot that this is blocked off. There's no window here. There is in the Mercenaries, but in the story, there isn't. It really is weird and tanky to have to open your menu to switch a weapon. It's really weird and it kind of breaks the flow of the game. So I'm glad in the remake and obviously modern games you can keep the action going because you don't have to pause the game basically to switch a weapon. This is very, very weird coming back to this. But we're gonna keep on going. We're heading to the farm now. I've got the infinite weapon. I've got the PRL and the infinite rocket launcher and the hand cannon. I don't know why I don't have the hand cannon in my inventory. So I do have all those, but I want to kind of play the portion I'm going to stream tonight with the regular weapons because I think it's actually more fun with weapons than infinite. The infinite weapons are a blast, but obviously it takes a little more skill to use. To have
Un forastero!
have limited ammo as opposed to unlimited. This aim is so shaky. Okay, there we go. This is interesting. So this, where the typewriter is, this is actually in the remake moved over here. This whole spot is kind of hollowed out. And then, like none of this, whatever this is, this hill isn't even there in the remake. And then that shed over there is placed there. Man, it's so weird to see all this after playing the remake for so long. Crate is here just like the remake. But they actually give you stuff in the remake. That's cheap. Grab all these chicken eggs. And it's been so long since I've properly played this, as opposed to speedrun. It's probably been like 5-6 years since I've played through it slowly. One thing I do love about the remake is the kind of odd, atmospheric, unknown sort of papers you get like this. Very dark, kind of gritty, and then there's kind of like when you get the regenerator, any file on the enemies that you pick up, it shows those really low quality pictures of them and stuff. It's something about that is really cool to me. Navigating the farm, navigating the whole game is basically much more smooth and not as frustrating in the remake as opposed to the original. Ashley, her character is so much more superior in the command her easier. You don't have to hide her in places all the time. She can not defend herself, but I totally forgot you can combine gems and stuff in this with certain trophies. I just totally spaced out about that. Like when you speed run it, it's a completely different game. Gotta score these skulls. No. Glad they took this out in the remake. Even on normal difficulty, it's hard to outrun this boulder. God, that is almost nabbed me, and I was pressing that thing so fast. Damn it. Funny how you can hear Lewis pounding in the distance. Why is Leon looking around so weirdly? Dynamite Man, he's in the remake. This place is greatly improved. Let's see if I can hit this. Hit him in the face. Shit. 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 There we go. What an idiot. Oh God. Well, thank you. So the remake is actually not Lewis pounding on the, trying to get out of the closet. It's actually a Ganado pounding on the floor to get to Lewis, who's under the floor in this. Not, I wouldn't even really call it a basement, it's kind of this dugout area under the house. It's really nice. It was a really cool shocker to see. It surprised a lot of streamers, everyone that played. They're like, holy shit, this is a twist. Because in the original, you hear it. You hear that knocking and you know it's Lewis. But in the remake, you're surprised that it's a Ganado. And you're like, oh, there's a lot of really cool twists that they do really well in the remake. Things that, it still keeps the story still the same. Basically, all of the areas, main places that you like, are in the remake, just a little different.
Little rough, don't you think?
The only thing I think I like better in this with the Lewis, finding Lewis
Not
in the
like
original
them?
than the remake, is that in the
No.
remake.
You?
I don't know if they were planning on killing him, but he's literally in a bag, tied up in like a burlap
Okay. I
bag.
have only one.
Like, I don't know if they were
very important
planning on killing him, but like, how would you be
You
able
got
to
a
breathe
smoke?
in that?
Got gum.
It makes more sense that he's just bound by his hands and his mouth is taped as opposed to like literally being in a bag.
Perfect.
The big cheese.
The big cheese.
What?
Fucking what? Oh shit. Leon basically had to have all his leg muscles stiff for him to be able to throw him with his leg.
Feeble humans, let us give you our power. Soon, you will become unable to resist this intoxicating
Sadler
power.
isn't fleshed out a whole lot in the remake, but he's still fleshed out more. He just doesn't have an expansive story. He has more of an expansive
wake up.
story, but it's not crazy. Basically, the remake did everything better than the original did, but that's for
Crawl out of
reasons that I
one
think are
hole
kind of obvious.
and
This
into
game is old.
another.
It's still an
You want to
amazing,
tell me what's going on here?
awesome game.
Americano, see? Now what brings a bloke like you to this part of the world? Oh, hey, easy, whoever you are.
Name's Leon. Came here looking for this girl. Seen her?
What, are you supposed to be a cop or something? Nah, you don't look the type.
Maybe.
Okay, let me
Leon's
guess.
ear looks rotten.
She's the president's daughter?
That's too good for a guess. Want to start explaining?
Psychic powers. Nah, just kidding with you, amigo. I overheard one of the villagers talking something about the president's daughter in the church.
And who might you be?
Me llamo Luis Serra. I used to be a cop in Madrid. But now I'm just a good-for-nothing guy who happens to be quite a ladies' man.
Why'd you quit?
Phew, policia. You put your life on the line. Nobody really
Hope I don't die. I'm
appreciates
trying
you
to
enough for
upload a
it.
clip to YouTube.
Being a hero isn't what it's cracked up to be anymore.
Used to be a cop myself. Only for a day, though.
I thought I was bad.
Somehow I managed to get myself involved with the incident in Raccoon City on my first day in the force.
That is the incident with the viral outbreak, right?
No, it's the incident with
I
his mother.
think I might have seen a sample of the virus in a lab at the department. Do something, cop!
After you. A lot of people don't like the QTE cutscenes. I still kind of like them. That would have been cool if some were in the game, but I mean, I get why they don't do that. You don't need cutscenes anymore. Every cutscene in modern games now is basically in the game engine as opposed to a video that you watch. Okay. Yeah, this whole section is backwards. Why do I hear a Ganado? That's a little weird. Usually don't hear a Ganado in your ear.
here. Right.
So this whole section in the remake is actually backwards. You actually, in the remake, start way over there, and then you work this way, and then you go back. So we're actually working, you're actually backwards in the remake. You actually start in a different shed.
Got
Something that might interest you.
What are you selling?
Yeah. God, if the merchant sounded like that, I don't know what I'd do.
Is that all? Thank you. What are you buying?
Let's buy the sniper.
Is that all?
Oh, that's all, merchant.
What are you buying? Is that all? Thank you. What are you selling? I'll buy. What are you buying?
Gotta buy something else.
Is that all?
You gotta buy the riot gun. I mean, come on.
What are you buying?
Thank you.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you. Welcome.
I just heard that in my right ear.
What are you selling?
Wouldn't that have been smart if I sold the riot gun and tried to upgraded it? My God. This sniper is satisfying. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Yes, sir. That is Would you believe it? I was hitting L1 to parry the axe, like in the remake. That's why you saw me doing this. Oh, yeah. It's nice because in this item, or in the remake, items don't disappear. Man, even the shelf is here in the remake. The attention to detail. At that point, I wouldn't call it attention to detail. I'd call it utter faithfulness. You can have attention to detail like Leon's hair, or oh my god, there's not a lot of things that get in this section. You can have details like Leon's hair or Ashley's clothing. You can technically call it attention to detail, but this is just basically when you're getting everything down to the barrel. I almost hit L1 again to parry it. This area kind of looks bigger here in the original than in the remake. I don't think it is, but yeah, chicken egg unparched. Which means thirsty. Thirsty for that nasty smooth yolk. This shed was removed in the remake. This is where you meet the merchant, right here. That's kind of cool. In the remake. That was something like that. So yeah, when you're captured with Lewis, you actually start in this building. And then you have to go over there to get the emblem and then come back and put it in the door. This, oh man, this is really cool to see, comparing this to the remake. So there's actually a wheel here in the remake. You spin this, you crank this wheel, and your stuff is in this room, all your gear, but it's been replaced. There's a door here in the remake, and the wheel you're cranking here opens up a door on this side where the mask is. You run in before it shuts, and then you can sheesh. All films today, right? Quick enough, you can shoot the dynamite to the left and blow them all up. There we go. Probably like 30 spare handgun rounds. No. Oh, yes, basically 22. So you actually start in the remake. There's actually a door here in the remake. And then there's a hall that goes straight and then to the left, I believe. And then you're in the room where you and Lewis are kind of tied up by a chain. This is destroyed. You can't go down here in the original, or in the remake. The original. Things have kind of collapsed in there, and then you just kind of have to navigate that way. And then the ladder that I just went up, you can't go up in the remake. I just shot 2 birds unintentionally. Or was that 1 bird that I shot? I wasn't paying attention. I just saw feathers go everywhere. God, the aiming in this. I'm trying to shoot the... It's really cool to go through all this again and experience a lot of the changes that they made. Juliet. Oh, Julia. So to get to Mendez's house, you actually, once you get out and you open that door with the emblem you find in that the hanging bridge area. Let's see if I still remember this. Up and to the left. I still got it. Yeah. Everything is greatly improved on in the remake. Open this to get our handgun ammo.
Nuestro jefe se cuidará de la raza. Y la plaga es mucho mejor que la
You carry the same blood as us, it seems. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember, if you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
Oh god, he gave a little laugh at the end. I don't remember that.
What? Same blood.
You can't do it in the remake. You can't trigger the hidden cutscene, but there is a hidden cutscene in the original. Obviously, the one I'm playing. Where if you go back through the door, the cutscene that then plays in the remake plays, which basically Leon gets shit kicked out by his man, and Ada comes to save Leon's ass. It's actually a hybrid of both those cutscenes. Picks him up, says your blood is accepted the gift, and then Ada does that, shoots him through the window, and then he busts through the window. But in the remake, he doesn't bust through the window. He just kind of stares up as she disappears. Your blood has accepted the gift. So we go through here. We're going to be heading back towards the village. Which, I'm an idiot. I just realized all those times I was talking about the beautiful pink hue when you in the remake when you go back through the village after saving the dog and after getting out of Mendez's house. I was always thinking, well, in the remake you don't actually go back through the village. Well, I said that once in one of my streams, maybe a couple times. You do, but it's full of enemies. In the remake, it's quiet and the sun's setting. It's a much different vibe. God, I still can't believe they remade this game. And then in the remake, well, there's a guy in the bathroom. He's gonna walk, he's gonna spin around, he's confused. Oh, this is interesting too. I'm realizing all these things because when the remake came out, I was only playing Warzone before it. I really hadn't played the original. So when you're heading towards Mendez's eye, he can't see the laser in his eye, he's dumb. When you're heading towards his house in the remake, Dr. Salvador, Chainsaw Man, if you don't know his name, is actually waiting for you as you go into his house. And the original, when you come out of his house after you have the key to get towards the church to progress, he's actually waiting for you. So it's different. It's the same, but it's different. You have to face him before the house, and then in this you face him. He's a riot gun a little. This will shred him on the top. Nah, Jesus. Got the shit smacked out of it. Sorry, honey. There's no sex discrimination here, remember? Hey, sub ammo that I'm not gonna use. Shit. Well, that's really cool. You can see the really low quality rendered village. Oh god, that's weird. That is really weird. I like it though. I love the old style. Like, so that's the clock tower. Oh Jesus. That's a shed in the village. And that's the rest of the village. It's like, it's below like 144p. It's just smudges. But that's what's so nostalgic to me. It's like, it's not only saying I'm technology, but just that beyond simplicity of older games. And in the remake, when you come here when the sun's setting, this is blocked off, and this wasn't blocked. Or was it blocked off when you encounter you went to look for Sorry, chicken. Now we go in here. This is, oh Jesus. So, this is beyond expanded upon in the region. When you go in here, there's like this beautiful fog. And then this stretches another like 20 feet straight, and then there's like a dining table, huge ceiling, paintings everywhere. Like it's really elaborate. There's a El Gigante skull sitting on a counter. And this underground section is actually removed in the remake. You actually don't go underground. You just run. You stay on ground, and pretty interesting. Shoot that lantern out, you can see the treasures more.
Gotta select. What are you selling? Is that all? Thank you. What are you buying?
Ah, the Chicago typewriter.
Not enough cash. 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 Not.
Oh, man. I like that goddamn burger and on my head. My neck won't turn. Why does his arm look so massive when I do that? Oh, God. Can't do this. Got Popeye arms. Okay, let's keep going. Popeye arms, what the fuck?
¡Allí está!
Can I hit this shot from this far away? With this shaky ass aim? Are you kidding me? I wasted 9 shots doing that bullshit.
¡Agárrenlo!
That worked. Go down here.
¡Ahí está!
Sorry, honey.
Lébraste de un imbécil.
Oh, I can hit that, but I can't hit the... Okay. Keep on going. This area is... There's a little more... There's a...
¡Agárrenlo!
This is expanded upon a little bit. It's a little longer to get to the Alpagante area. Throw a flash, you get a lot of treasure. Why, Julia? How? Julia needs attention. Keep on going. What, Julia? Okay. So in the remake, to get to here, you actually go down that path that is actually leads to the fish farm, or whatever it's called in the original, I forget. Oh man, you notice, it's kind of cool, I think. A lot of weapons here that you never get in the game. I think those are TMPs, but they look a little different. And then that you never get. That's almost like a G36. Well, it's not a G36. It almost kind of... It kind of looks fictional. Not sure what kind of firearm that is. And then there's another handgun that you never get to use. Looks kind of cool. Look, that looks like a real firearm. I just can't put my... I forget the name. Oh, shit! I forgot you can kill him behind the counter. God damn it. whatever this location is called. I totally forget. Yeah. It's definitely not called a fish farm. Thing. Speed through this part. Nice, because in the remake there's an objective. You have to get gas can in this area. I forgot you're in here. Whoa! Snake, you and I are not done.
Picadillo. Detrás.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of backtracking that goes on in the remake. Like, you have to backtrack, not backtrack, but you... This game is more linear in the sense that you're running a lot just straight towards the objective. Whereas in the remake, you have to go up to the side, you gotta go to the left down another path, you gotta do this, this game just kind of spells out where to go and how to do it. A little bit. Don't stand on the dock and shoot the water. Not gonna get you from here. Oh, but he will if you're close enough. Alright, Del Lago. It's gonna feel very weird to play this again. Remake, you get a much better sense of where Del Lago is going to attack from. This is completely fucking random, and it's not random, but that attack he does where he comes up with his mouth out like that. It's really annoying because sometimes you get kind of, if you're not confident in which direction he's coming from, you're going to get knocked off the boat. I think in the later half, he switches to the right side. I just always kind of fuck it up. Where'd you go? Shit. So the controls are so tanky. No. Alright, that's going to do it for this stream. That was a little short. But I mean, I just wanted to do a base comparison of the game and whatnot. Hope you liked it. If you did, subscribe. I've said it a million times. You know what to do.